discussion video. Today we're gonna be talking about the absolutely insane trade that was unexpected. Well, actually, it was pretty expected over the last 2-3 days, but before that, one of the most least expected trades of all time. Klay Thompson got traded from the Warriors, basically for a Subway sandwich and a Diet Coke, pretty much. What they get? I think they got like two draft picks out of that. Yeah, they got 2 second-round picks. Like I said, a Diet Coke, not even an original diet. They gave up Klay Thompson for 2 picks, and it was between 3 teams. It was a 3-team trade, sign and trade. The Hornets get Josh Green from the Mavs. The Mavericks obviously get Klay Thompson, and the Warriors get the 2 draft picks. Now this is absolutely insane because I don't know about y'all, but this feels like playing fantasy draft on 2K. Like, who would have thought Chris Paul would be on the Spurs, Klay Thompson's on the Mavericks, Drew Holiday's on the Celtics? What the heck is next? Stephen Curry and Steven Adams team up on the Pelicans. Like, what is going on? And I did do a community poll on my channel. Make sure you go vote for that when I post those polls. I like to see how y'all think, you know what I'm saying? And most of the time, I actually agree with y'all. My subscribers know ball. We already know that scat crew. We know ball over here. But pretty much a large portion of you guys, like 80%, said that they gave this trade somewhere between a B and an A- grade. And that is what I agree with. I wouldn't give it an A yet. An A would mean they will win a title. A-, I can't give it an A- either yet because they haven't made it to the playoffs and had a deep playoff run yet. So I will give them a B+, based on fit and what I expect Klay Thompson to do for them as far as production, and just how the whole team gels together, you know what I mean? This was an absolute heist by the Dallas Mavericks. I'm even surprised they even pulled this trade off. They must have had the difficulty settings set to super easy or something. But I do like the fit. I think it is the most perfect fit. I think Klay Thompson is the perfect fit, besides maybe Jaylen Brown, to play the 2 guard or the 3 next to Luka Doncic, and Kyrie. And I say that because it is extremely important for whoever fills that 3rd option role for the Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks, to be able to be productive without the basketball in their hand, you need to be able to catch and shoot shots, obviously, because Luka Doncic has the ball in his hand. He has the ball majority times in his hand, and when he's doesn't have the ball, Kyrie is usually isoing. So it is extremely important for Klay Thompson to be a master of the catch and shoot, which he is. Secondly, defense is important. Obviously, the Dallas Mavericks got exposed in this year's finals against the Celtics for the lack of defense, specifically Luka Doncic. I think this helps them with that. Now, they did lose Tim Hardaway Jr. We'll talk about that in a second. He didn't get much playoff time, minutes anyway, but I do think it was a good move for Klay Thompson being a 2-way player. Now, I know he's not in his prime, obviously not. And his defense isn't as good as it used to be. He can't stay in front of like the other team's elite guards like he used to. Klay Thompson, for those who don't know, I'm pretty sure everybody that follows this channel knows, but he used to be able to lock down or slow down the other team's best perimeter players. When the Warriors used to play the Portland Trail Blazers, it was always him and Draymond guarding Dame and CJ McCollum. Whenever he would play against the Warriors, Klay Thompson was the one always guarding Kyrie Irving. So I don't expect him to be lockdown clamps. Like, he's not going to be the defender that he once was in the 2010s era. But I do think he would be a much better defender than Luka would ever be, or a Tim Hardaway Jr. So I think, like I said, in terms of fit, it works perfectly because he doesn't need the ball. Now, I do think Jaylen Brown would have been a better fit, but obviously they probably didn't have the money to afford Jaylen Brown, and one, Jaylen Brown wasn't going to leave the Celtics anyway because they just won a championship, and even if they didn't, I'm pretty sure the only time Jaylen Brown would leave is to start his own team and be the actual 1A. I don't think he would ask for a trade or demand a trade, and then go to a team where he's still considered the second or maybe even a third option. So as far as scoring, so that would probably never happen. I think Drew Holiday or Bronny would have also been a good pick for them to have next to Luka and Kyrie. Like I said, anybody who can play off the ball can still give you 10 to 20 points a game and then lock up on the other end. I feel could have been very useful for that spot, and they just happened to get Klay Thompson. Now let me know in the comments how far do you think the Warriors will get? I mean, not the Warriors, we know they suck. How far will Dallas get next year in the playoffs? If I had to guess, I don't know what it is, but this is my gut feeling going into next season. I feel the Warriors, I keep saying the Warriors because he's played for them for like damn near over a decade. The Mavericks, I think they will be better in the regular season than they were this year, because what were they? I think they were like the 6th seed this year, if I'm not mistaken. I think they were the 6th seed. I think they'll be a higher seed this year in the regular season, but this is the tricky part right here. For some reason, I don't even think because they got worse. I just think that they won't have as good of a playoff run next year because the other teams just got so much better. So I don't even have them making the conference finals. I know that might be a shock to y'all, and I promise I am not a Dallas Mavericks hater. I told y'all Luka is in my top 5 or top 7 favorite players to watch, and I respect Kyrie Irving as a bucket getter. He hits timely shots. Health is always a concern with Klay Thompson health, and off the court stuff with Kyrie, you always gotta take that in consideration. But even besides that, even if they stay fully healthy, for some reason I just think that the 3 best teams in the West next year are gonna be the Nuggets, the Thunder, and the Timberwolves. I think Mavericks are gonna take a half a step back. I think they're gonna lose probably in the second round. Now they will make the playoffs, obviously, and they should, based off how they play in the regular season, win the first round based on the seeding. But I don't see them winning in the second round or third. I would be absolutely stunned if they make it back to the finals, like stunned. But I don't have them in the conference finals next year, even with this move. And I think this is a good move. Like I said, I would give it like a B+. But like I said, I think the West just got even better. Obviously, John Moran, the Grizzlies, are going to be fully healthy, and they had a good draft pick. And G.G. Jackson is starting to develop. You got the Jalen Green and the Rockets improving. You got obviously the top tier elite teams like the Nuggets, OKC, and the Timberwolves, who all made trades and draft picks that insanely helped their team and can make an immediate impact. The Thunder got Alex Caruso from the Bulls, and Hartenstein from the Knicks. So I just think the teams out west are even more loaded than they were last year, and I think it's going to be harder for the Mavericks to get back. Also, Luka's defensive lack of defense, I feel like, will stop them from advancing in the playoffs far again. I feel like defense might have a recipe to guard them better next season in the playoffs. And obviously the Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards, I think his stamina, and he'll be in better shape so he won't get tired and all that BS. So I just think the other teams just got a little bit better than them, and when it comes down to it, plus another year of Kyrie getting older, you never know nowadays. These players from the 2010s, I know Kyrie's not super old, it's not like he's 40 or something, but these 2010 players, man, they're aging. They're not exactly quite what they used to be. Look at Paul George, LeBron, KD, even Curry to a lesser degree. A lot of these 2010 superstars, they're just not what they used to be, and that's how life goes, man, as you age. But I do like the trade. Now, I'm not saying that the Mavericks are going to be trash. Like I said, I think their regular season is going to be even better than it was last year. But by the playoffs, I just think the other teams will just take it to another level. My gut feeling is saying that it's going to be OKC and the Timberwolves in the conference finals. But I'm not sleeping on the Nuggets. The Nuggets, if they get a good bench player, can make it right back to the conference finals 100%. So that's how I'm feeling about it. Let me know in the comments. I'm going to drop a Madden video tomorrow after afternoon early, very early. It might be like 12 o'clock, 1 p.m. type of thing. Because I wanted to get a Madden episode out tonight, because I know you guys haven't had a Madden episode in like a week. So I'm going to get that out for you guys first thing tomorrow. Then after that, I'll probably drop episode 3 of the Victor Wembanyama series. And then I'm going to start going back into my playoff recap. We got a long off season, so I have plenty of video ideas to entertain you guys throughout the off season. Going into the Olympics, we're going to react to the Olympic Games if I can, if the highlights are available. So I'm excited for this summer, man. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Stay tuned.